Hey everybody, and welcome back to more misadventures with Mile Edgeworth. Oh shit, that was bad. My mic just made Okay, it's all good now. I apologize having to split the last part in 3 parts, but I had already finished recording that when I found out that I had a strike on my YouTube account. So now it's split into 3 parts for that one, really awkwardly. So, hopefully after that, it probably won't be a problem now, and I'll be able to split everything into 2 parts evenly enough. So, anyway, we just finished with Mr. Sot with the logic chest, so now I believe we're going to interrogate this guy about when he found the body. When I found the body. I was in the workroom over there practicing my skills. By some chance, I got curious about the adjacent workroom and went up to the door. I peeked in through the small window on the door. Then I saw him lying there, a man, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself letting out a scream. If I may confirm one thing. Excuse me. You were in the room right next to the one where the dead body was found. Within the prison, we call it Workroom B. And you were in there the whole time on the day of the murder. Yes, after the 7 a.m. roll call, I remained inside the whole time. In this prison, we have roll call 3 times a day. At 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. And they check the workrooms during those times too? Exactly! I see. So during the 7 a.m. roll call, there was nothing amiss. And Knightley's body was not in the workroom yet. So it sounds like the murder occurred after 7 a.m., huh?
And that's right when the animal show started!
Correct! The other prisoners went to see the animal show. Meaning anyone who did not see the show does not have an alibi. Do you understand what I'm saying, Mr. Sot? Yes, that is certainly true. However, I merely discovered the body. His testimony has a clear contradiction. I should press him about that first. Okay, we're going to present the door censor, Censor, when he was talking about by some chance I got curious about the adjacent door workroom. There we go. Alright.
Objection!
There we go. Mr. Sot, please stop telling such feeble lies. You don't seem to understand your position. My position? Oh, I used to be a newspaper salesman, but then I took up the pet groomer training. Newspaper salesman. Air quotes I make.
Hold it!
What about that bracelet on your wrist? It proves that you are unmistakably a prisoner. And as long as you wear that bracelet, you should not be able to move around as you please. As soon as you went through the door, the sensor would have sounded the alarm. Oh, that is... Peeking into the adjacent room is impossible, when you couldn't even leave the room you were in. Ah! Ooh, hey, nice one, Miles. That was a real humdinger. Humdinger.
But does that mean Mr. Sot didn't see the body?
I'm not sure. Perhaps we should let the man himself explain it to us. Well, you see, that is... Well, forgive me. It appears my previous explanation was lacking. I shall clearly explain how I was able to see the body. Very well. Let us hear your revised testimony. When I found it, Part 2. There is a rather well-known technique among the prisoners here. If the hand with the bracelet stays in the room, you can step out without sounding the alarm. That's how I was able to peek into the adjacent room. The moment I realized the man inside was dead, I let out a scream. So that means... He kept his arm inside workroom B while he peeked into the adjacent room. You got a long-ass arm to be, peeking in like that. I approached it if you didn't mention this to anyone. Excuse me. I appreciate it if you didn't mention this to anyone. Especially the guards. Okay? Was that what he was trying to hide earlier? I should try asking him for more details about a few other things as well. Alright, so we're gonna start pressing him on things. That's how I was able to peek through. We're gonna press on that somewhere. Why would you do something so troublesome and potentially dangerous? I heard a sound coming from the adjacent room. It seemed odd to me, as there should not have been anyone inside. So you peeked into the adjacent workroom as soon as you heard the noise? Yes, of course. I peeked in as soon as I could. I see. Is there a problem with that statement? There is a problem. So you looked into the adjacent room immediately after you heard the noise. If that was true, then you should have seen more than just a dead body. You should have seen the person who made the noise. Well, that is, well...
He looks really shaken.
Mr. Saw It, answer me. What did you really see? If you intend to remain silent, I will have no choice but to assume that you are complacent to the murder. Complicit? Oh, well, please forgive me. It's just that I couldn't even believe what I saw myself. It may have been just a dream. I hesitate to even recall it. Tell me what happened. Very well. I'll be frank with you. I saw a dog. It was a nightmare scene. A large black dog was biting into the neck of the victim. What did you say? It was truly hellish scene. That dog killed him.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
That's some grade A trauma right there. I was chilled to my very core and let out a shriek. A man-eating dog inside the zoo of a prison. That was everything I saw. Do you believe me now? Yes, I do. I doubt one would be able to lie about something like that. Would you add that to your testimony? Certainly! The moment I realized that man inside was dead, I let out a scream. And to my horror, there was a black dog biting his neck. Okay, so he gave us 2 new testimonies. We're gonna, press on this one. A black dog was biting the victim's neck. Yes! Blood came pouring out, and as a result, the dog's mouth became stained with it. Stop! You don't need to get that detailed. At that time, was the victim...
Eek! Mr. Edgeworth, why would you ask him that?
Okay, why did you hit Uncle Ray? The man didn't even flinch. He must have been dead already. But the blood continued to gush from his neck. He most likely had passed away already. His hands moved nary an inch. Well, way too much detail. Are you doing this on purpose? Certainly not. I'm just trying to give an accurate testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, shall I add that statement to my testimony? If you would. It was terrifying. A truly terrifying sight. We need to be presenting something at this point. The ring with the snow lake. These are new testimonies I don't remember him talking about. The ring with the snowflake insignia glimmered with no purpose but to catch my eye. That seems odd. Okay, let's see. Where is the crime scene notes? Let's present the crime scene notes. Objection! First of all, wasn't his hands like closed up? I'm not sure if you were able to see the ring. A ring with a snowflake insignia. Yes, that is correct. It was clearly engraved on the surface. I see. Your testimony is very accurate, but it's a little too accurate, if you ask me. And what's wrong with being accurate? Of course, you state that you saw a ring with a snowflake insignia engraved into it, and it is true that the victim was wearing such a ring. See? Was I not correct? That is not the issue I have with your testimony. Take a look at this picture. As you can see, the right hand is covered by the sheet. It should not have been possible for you to see the engraving on the ring, unless you had approached the body and lifted up the sheet for yourself. You said you only looked into the workroom through the door, and yet you gave such a detailed account of what you saw. Who do you think you are, acting all high and mighty? Oh, I'm telling you, I saw what I saw. Oh, the victim must have moved his arm after I saw it. Wait, what? How? He's dead. I don't think so. You said as much earlier. The man did not even flinch. He must have been dead already. The victim was already dead. How would he have been able to move his arm? This guy is looking pretty suspicious now, yeah? Frank saw it. What are you hiding, you scoundrel? No, I'm not. That is, you're wrong. You know what I know what I saw. Ah! Yes! Yay! He did it! He threw it at Edgeworth. All is good. Happy now. Shut up already! Stop making a fuss about every little thing I say! You're just a defense attorney's assistant! It's finally shown its true self. What are we doing, Persona now? Whoa, I guess the cat's out of the bag. A black carrier one at that. Just went flying. I'm just your friendly neighborhood witness! No, please don't be Spider-Man. Are you really just a witness? I would say that you are rather suspicious. What was that? You saw something that could not have been seen from the outside of the room. How is that possible? The logic behind it is simple. Mr. Saw It, this is where you saw the body from. I think inside workroom A, isn't it? Yeah. Take that! When you discovered the body, you went inside the room where it laid. Since you saw the engraving on the ring, that is the only possibility. Even if you say that, you ain't got no evidence, do you? Where's the evidence that shows that I was in that room? I was grooming pets at that time, in the room adjacent to where the body was found. I even went so far as to borrow some rubber gloves. Show me the evidence that proves I was in the room where the body was found. Well, thanks for telling us. Just told us how now. Mr. Sot, what were you doing when the body was discovered? Didn't I tell you already? I was practicing being a pet groomer. I see. In that case, do you happen to recognize this glove? Oh! Well, this was found near the body. It is believed to have been dropped by the culprit. By the way, I noticed that you also have a rubber glove hanging out of your apron pocket. No, this is something else. Looks like you're missing one of your gloves. Hold it! You can find gloves like these anywhere in the prison. Your evidence proves nothing. Perhaps we should hand this glove over to the police for fingerprinting. I'm certain they will find some interesting results. Super Saiyan saw it! Okay. It's over. That when I found out that I had a strike on my YouTube account. So now it's split into 3 parts for that one, really awkwardly. So, hopefully after that, it probably won't be a problem now, and I'll be able to split everything into 2 parts evenly enough. So, anyway, we just finished with Mr. Saw It with the logic chest, so now I believe we're going to interrogate this guy about, when he found the body. When I found the body. I was in the workroom over there practicing my skills. By some chance, I got curious about the adjacent workroom. And one thing. Excuse me. You were in the room right next to the one where the dead body was found. Within the prison, we call it workroom B. And you were in there the whole time, and went up to the door. I peeked in through the small window on the door. Then I saw him lying there. A man, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself letting out a scream. If I may confirm. Hey everybody, and welcome back to more misadventures with Miles Edgeworth. Oh shit, that was bad. My mic just made a... Okay, it's all good now. I apologize having to split the last part in 3 parts, but I had already finished recording.